If I told you that knowing the answer to this question means you already understand 70 to 80% of Scrum. This is called 353 rule in Scrum. So let's get started with today's video and learn about 353 rule. Hi everyone. So today we are going to break down the simplest way to understand Scrum, which is 353 rule. If you are just starting with Scrum, this is the perfect place for you. So let's get started. So what does 353 stand for? First 3 stands for 3 roles. Second 5 stands for 5 events or ceremonies. And the last 3 stands for 3 artifacts. So if we are just getting started to learn about Agile Scrum, you should already be knowing that there are 3 major roles in Scrum. However, let's do a deep dive into it. The first role in any Scrum team is called a product owner. Second is a Scrum Master, and the third is development team. So first of all, who is a product owner? So as the name suggests, he is the owner of the product, as in he is the one who is working on the development of the product, and he is the one who communicates with client and conveys the same to the development team. So he is the person who owns the product backlog and makes sure that the product is getting delivered in time as expected. So basically, they are the ones who decide the team should work on which work and at what pace and what is the priority, and the highest value is being delivered to the customer by end of each sprint. The second role is a Scrum Master. So basically, if you are learning this, you might be trying to transition into Scrum Master role, and a clear understanding of how to transition into Scrum Master role from any background is clearly mentioned in the video which I have mentioned somewhere here. You can just go through and try to learn more about how to transition into Scrum Master role if you are interested. However, getting back to the topic, so second role in Scrum team is a Scrum Master. So Scrum Master is basically a facilitator, coach, and a person who takes care of the team and make sure that the team is abiding with the Agile and Scrum standards. And he is the one who makes sure that the team is functioning smoothly, and if they are facing any impediments or blockages, he is the one who makes sure that they are removed in time. And the last one is the development team. So development team basically is set of people who are working on the development and the testing part of the product, and they are the people who are actually working on the technical side of the project. They can be developers, designers, testers, anyone who are basically working on delivering of the working project. Next up, we have 5 events, or rather we can call them as 5 ceremonies. So these are the 5 events that make sure that our work is running smoothly. So the first event is sprint itself. What is a sprint? So sprint is basically a fixed time period of 2 to 4 weeks where the work gets done. So the standard is like a sprint can last anywhere between 1 week to maximum 4 weeks. Beyond that, it is not allowed. So the sprint itself is one of the event or ceremony. Next is sprint planning. Sprint planning is a ceremony where the team sits together and decides what they are going to work on in the upcoming sprint. Third one is a daily Scrum meeting. So daily Scrum meeting is a quick time box 15 minutes meeting where the team connects on daily basis and discuss about what they have done yesterday, what they are planning to do today, and what they are going to do tomorrow, and if they are facing any impediments or blockages, how to tackle them. So this is basically a quick 15 minutes meeting to make sure that the team is always on the track and proceeding towards the sprint goal. The fourth event is called a sprint review. So sprint review is something that happens towards the end of the sprint where the team showcases the work which is already completed or about to be completed to the stakeholders to get early feedback from them. And the last event is called a sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective is a meeting where the entire team meets and they retrospect about the previous sprint, like how the things went, and if there are any scope for improvement, and if there were any best practices that the team can continue following. So if you have to follow a format, you can follow this format, like what went well, what didn't go well, and what could have been done better, and if there are any action items. Finally, the 3 Scrum artifacts. So these are the key things that track the work. The first one is product backlog, second is sprint backlog, and the third one is increment. Product backlog is basically a to-do list of the entire product, and this list is ordered by priority and basically owned by the product owner. Next is sprint backlog. Sprint backlog is a to-do list for the sprint, and basically it is owned by the development team, and this is used for tracking the work in progress. And the last one is called increment. Increment is basically a finished product or a part of the finished product, something which is usable and potentially ready to be shipped. So that's it. These are the 3 roles, 5 events and 3 artifacts which are used in Agile Scrum. The 3-5-3 rule makes the Scrum simple and powerful. And as I said earlier, if you know this simple thing, you already know 70 to 80% of Scrum. In future videos, we will do deep dive into each of these components to understand more about it. However, knowing these topics at a high level also makes your job easy, and it will let you understand how the Scrum works. So if you have to start learning Scrum, I would advise start learning 3-5-3 rule first. I hope this video was useful to you and you were able to understand the 3-5-3 rule and the concepts which I have shared briefly. If you like the video, please hit on the like button and subscribe to our channel. And please don't forget to hit on the bell icon so that you will be notified for our future videos. And I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye.